Welcome into the K0LWC Ham Shack. Today we're taking a look at the TIDRADIO H8 Gen 2. Should you get this radio or should you just say no? All right, let's get into it. Before we dive in, one of the most important things to tell you is that TIDRADIO did not send me this radio for review, so no affiliate links, no skewed reviews for that affiliate cash. None of that going on in this review. The first thing we have to talk about is build quality. As you take this radio out of the box, it's going to feel pretty nice in your hands, especially compared to a lot of the other cheaper Chinese radios out there. This feels well built, but it just feels that way. Doesn't mean it is that way. Case in point. Take a look here at the top of the radio. You'll see this little LED light here, and there's a plastic covering on it. Within one day, that little plastic part fell off, exposing the LED. So, all right, right out of the box, and it's already falling apart. We're off to a good start. Here's another problem I have with this radio. While the case and the battery and the weight and the heft all feel good, if we take a look here at the PTT button, it's going to, how can I show this? Here we go. See how much play there is in this PTT button? There is a lot of slop and play in this button. I don't think this PTT button is going to last very long on this radio. Eventually, it's going to break, crack, fall off, something. It does not feel secure. It's kind of floating over the top of the switch by quite a bit. So while it may feel better than other Chinese radios, is it actually a better build quality? No. Now, the first thing I do is take the radio out and go on a local repeater and test it out with a round table. Now, in the round table, it was reported that my audio was quiet, so what do? I go and look for the mic gain in the settings, but I can't find it. What the hell is going on? Come to find out now, this radio is programmed via Bluetooth with an app on your smartphone, which is great. It's pretty convenient and it works okay. But some of the settings in the radio can only be adjusted using the app. So if you want to adjust the mic gain on the radio, you have to pull out your phone, get it to connect on Bluetooth, adjust the mic gain, push it to the radio, and then try again. Talk about a terrible choice. Just put it in the settings on the radio. Another knock for this radio that I didn't personally experience, but the ham who did buy this radio, who bought two, did. This radio is known to squeal on VHF with a nasty, nasty squeal, both on receive and transmit. Now, TIDRADIO has come out with a firmware fix for this, but you got to ask yourself, if this radio leaves the factory squealing on VHF, probably the most used band on a radio like this, do you really think there's an attention to detail on quality? No. We have also got to talk about that power level. Now, this radio is rated at 10 watts, and guess what? Threw it on the meter. What does it come up with? 9.8 watts of output power. You're probably thinking, great, finally, a radio that does what it says it's supposed to do. Not so fast. When I want to transmit on this radio on UHF, no, absolutely not. I mean, unless your goal is to get a brain tumor before you are able to actually enjoy the next solar cycle, you might want to not, use that 10 or 15 watt HT. Again, RF absorption is a thing. The ARRL now has that calculator. Go punch it in and see how far away you're supposed to be from your radio on those frequencies with that type of antenna at that type of power output. Again, 10 watts is not going to make a real big difference in the field. It's a very negligible, barely perceptible difference. But you know what is going to feel the difference? Your head. So, would I recommend you buying this radio from TIDRADIO? I'm not sure if you're catching my drift, but the answer is no. There are so many things that I don't like about operating this radio. I can't adjust the mic gain from the settings in the field. I have to use my phone. Strike one. 10 watts for absolutely no reason. Strike two. The fact that it's falling apart out of the box. Strike three. The fact that it has firmware from the factory that is squealing on VHF right from the factory. Where's the quality control? Strike 5,267. These types of radios are all the same, just dressed up differently with different white label brands on them. It's the same thing. There's no front end, usability stinks, and now they want to charge you more money, like 50, 60, 70 bucks for a radio like this. For like 20 bucks more, you can get an entry-level Yaesu HT radio. Like, go get that. It's way more sleek and easy to use. And that's the thing. If you're a new ham, you're already struggling, learning how to operate your radio on the fly, understand how it works, understand its features. And then you put this on top of it, just go buy an entry-level Yaesu radio and learn on that, because this leads to a bad experience for new hams. And that's not what we want. We want to have them having a good experience so they stay engaged in the hobby. So should you buy this radio? Absolutely not. Until next time, take care.